Welcome on in to another episode, Getting Well with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry, Jacob beside me, Dave down below, Zach bottom right. Jacob, Zach, welcome on into the show. It's your guys' first time on. So I guess we'll start, Jacob. If you want to tell people briefly a little bit about you, where they can find you and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So my name's Jacob, of course. I work at BetStamp. That's where I got pulled from. Happy to be on the podcast today. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, Amateur Sports. I'm a big Raptors fan, as you can tell. That channel is all about the Raptors. And excited as well to give out some MLB picks because I've been doing pretty well this season.
Awesome. Zach, welcome on in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm from BetStamp as well. And you guys can find me on Twitter. I just Zach Phil, or my YouTube channel as well. I got a Leafs YouTube channel called Leafs Digest, just breaking down all Leaf stuff, post-game reactions, that kind of thing. So you can find us on there. Yeah, pretty excited to get into some MLB bets here. I know Jacob and I have been writing a lot of the bets together. We work together at BetStamp there, so we go in on a lot of them at the same time. So excited to break it down.
Awesome. I'll have to have you on the Leafs preview show. That's actually the last. I'm doing a show for each team for like 32 days. And the Leafs are the last one. I saved the Leafs for last, so they'll be the last show. But for sure, you'll have to come on.
Yeah, sounds good. Let me know.
Awesome. We'll jump in the first game. We have the Houston Astros heading to Cleveland. You can find Houston anywhere from minus 180 to minus 200. Cleveland plus 155 to plus 165. Eights, some eights, 8.5s available in this one. Pitching, we have Verlander, who has allowed one or less earned runs in 8 of his last 9 games. All 8 starts he won. And he went 6 to 8 innings in all the games. So he has just been complete lights out. I got a boosted bet for Manoah to win the Cy Young a few months ago. That I think is kind of in the garbage there. I think Verlander, Manoah fading off a little bit, but Verlander is just a machine. Like, I don't know what to say about him. On the other side for Cleveland, Zach Plesac has allowed 2+ runs in all 5 starts in July. He went 0-4 with a no decision. In those games, he faced Detroit twice, Kansas City once, and most recently Boston and Tampa Bay, 2 teams that are struggling and injured. Plesac 1-1 in his career with a 10.24 ERA in 2 career games against Houston. For me, Houston run line minus 110. And Houston team total over 4.5, which I got a plus 100. I think Houston could get close to those 5 runs in the first 5 innings. So I love that I get that for full game plus 100. It's basically Houston all the way for me in this one. Cleveland has been playing pretty good as of late, fighting Minnesota for the division or maybe a playoff spot. But I think Houston is just the far superior team. Jacob, Astros, Cleveland. What do you think here? Astros, Guardians. What do you think here?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same train as you here. I see Justin Verlander on the mound. Not really. I mean, it's not really, I guess, the smartest thing to always just back a pitcher. But the way Justin Verlander has pitched all season, mixed with the Astros, just been pummeling the baseball. They've been adding in some good pieces. I'm also on the run line. That's the bet I have down. I got them at minus 108 at Sports Interaction. Little movement towards positive CLV there, very minor, but with Verlander on the mound, and the Astros bats, as you're saying, with a team total, I like it as well.
Awesome. Dave?
Yeah, Jacob and I are on the same thing there. Actually, the exact same thing.
Oh, there you go. Dave, Astros, Guardians. What do you
think?
We
We all love it.
Hello?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, I thought my mic was off.
No, you're good. You're good.
I don't know how you can ever bet against Verlander, to tell you the truth. The problem is this game perplexes me in a lot of ways. Houston's bats have gone off this year. Since the All-Star break, they've slowed down. They've actually are a little below average in creating runs. And Cleveland's actually above average. but both bullpens have been really good. So I don't know really where an angle is here. I think Zach Nutsack is horrible. That's what I call him. He's definitely a fade position. But I think, and it's juice to the over. I think the only way I'd bet this, and I'm not betting it, is to bet the under. I could see, the Astros winning like 4-3 or 4-2. So I couldn't take their team total over, and I'm never taking a favorite money line at negative odds ever. So I'm off this game, but I'm leaning under, full game under.
Oh, all right, Zach. You said you agree with Jacob there. What do you think here, Astros Guardians?
Yeah, I'm on the same side as Jacob here with the with Astros -1.5. I just think like Verlander on the mound. I think it's gonna be hard for Guardians to get anything going. The Astros bats have been unreal all year long. So then you just combine that with incredible pitching in front of them. I think that easy they take this one over the Guardians, and then at the spread there at -108. I think that's just a pretty good price for that.
Awesome. We'll move on along to the second game. This battle of the top two teams in the NL East fighting it out for the playoff, fighting out for the division title. We have Atlanta anywhere from +100 to +106. You can find the New York Mets anywhere from -118 to -125. Eights, some 8.5s available in this one. I did bet this game last night. I bet most of my bets last night, actually. And my favorite bet in this game is the first 5 under 4.5. Both pitchers have been pitching well as of late. And then I also took Atlanta money line, +112. The best you can find for it right now is +106. So I got the good price there yesterday. Big discrepancy with FanDuel when they had it at +112. Everywhere else was anywhere from -105 to +105. So I grabbed the +112 with the Braves, but I do like the first 5 under more. The only thing, though, Wright has kind of struggled against the Mets. 1-3 in 5 games against the Mets with a 6.17 ERA. Carrasco has not allowed an earned run in his last 3 games. But previous to that, he was getting lit up a bit. So I think we're going to have a low-scoring game. I think the Braves will eke out the win in the end. So I'm on the Braves money line. First 5 under 4.5. Jacob, what do you think here? Braves and Mets.
So this would be interesting because I have my one bet for this one. I bet it this morning. I think I got some great value on it. I took the over for the full game. I took the over 8. I got it at -106, which I thought was great value at the time. It's moved quite a bit towards that happening. At Sports Interaction right now, it's where I bet it at -106. I'm just checking. It's now -118. So happy with positive CLV there so far. I kind of felt like you were saying, the pitchers have been really good. Obviously, low ERAs. They got great win-loss records, but I think that it was juiced a little bit in that favor of the pitchers. So I thought there's a little bit of value betting the over there. This is not one where this is definitely not one where I look at the pitchers and think this one is going to go over. I just felt like the lines had a little bit of value. So I took a stab at that one, and I think I got a great price for it. So that's my one play for this one.
Hey, the bullpens come in, even if it does start out low, a low-scoring game, the bullpens can come in. And,
that's true.
They can go over there. Dave, Braves and Mets, what do you think here?
Yeah, so I don't hate the full game over either. It's not so much about the starting pitchers, it's the bullpens. Atlanta had a lights-out bullpen before the All-Star break. Since they've really regressed, and the Mets have never really had a great bullpen at any point during the season, maybe middle of the line at best. The angle I've taken in this game, so I haven't bet that I'm going to bet, is I'm going to go with the hot hand. Carrasco hasn't had a run period in like almost 20 innings. And Kyle Wright's a good pitcher, but I'm going to go with the hot hand. Also, the Mets are hitting the ball a little bit better against right-handed pitching. So I'm going to go the first 5, and I could see a 1-0 or a 2-1 first 5 innings. But when these bats get to the bullpens, and by the way, even though Atlanta's kind of slipped in hitting as well, this is a game that they're going to need to get pumped up for. These are these games matter the most in the standings, obviously. So I don't hate the over, full game over, but I like the first 5 Mets money line. I think it's at -115. It's the best I see. So,
All right. Zach, what do you think here? Braves and Mets.
Like you, I went and looked at the first 5 in this one. I found some value in there. I grabbed the Braves plus 100 first 5 to just be winning after the first 5. As you guys have talked about there, the pitching matchup, I think both guys are really good. I mean, Dave just talked about how Carrasco is being kind of the hot pitcher at right now, but I think there's an opportunity for the Braves to get going here. And when you're looking at the first 5, couple things with, I mean, first and foremost, you get some value out of the fact that if it's a tie after the first 5, it's a push, so no loss on that. And I think when you look at a good pitching matchup, it could really go either way. I think when I placed this bet, I had good value on the Braves just coming away after the first 5 with the winning after the first 5.
Awesome. So we're all kind of in different spots there. But
Yeah, we're all over the map on this one.
Yeah.
hey, it's all good. Giving people lots of options. Going on to this game. So obviously everybody knows I am a Blue Jays fan, but I'm a Minnesota sports fan. So when you're not talking baseball, it's all Minnesota sports for me. But when it comes to baseball, the Blue Jays are my team. So this will be an interesting one. I can find the Jays anywhere from -120 to -133. They can find Minnesota +105 to +110, 8s and 8.5s, depending on where you look. In this one, we do have Alek Manoah coming off a rough game. He's 2-3
By his
in the month
standards.
of July. Yeah, 4 earned runs is a rough game for him. I think he's only done it 1 or 2 other times this year, but most of the games it's under 2 runs for him. So he's going to try to bounce back here. But on the year, 11-5 with a 2.43 ERA. Sonny Gray on the other side, coming off back-to-back games where he only let in 1 earned run. But for the month of July, he's 2-2 with a 5.92 ERA. So he was getting smashed before those 2 games that he played. I took the Jays money line -120 last night. You can still find it at -120 at one spot there, 1 or 2 spots. I would still recommend that. I have not seen if we have a confirmed lineup yet, but I expect that we would see, bringing it up here. No confirmed lineup, but I think we should see Merrifield in his debut. Matt Chapman has cooled off. He was really playing well there, but
Oh
it's
my
kind
God.
of cooled up. And now we have the Minnesota lineup. I think we could expect some runs in this game, even with the pitching that we have. But I like the Jays to get the win here in the end. Jacob, Blue Jays, Twins. What do you think here?
I'm gonna pass it to Zach because he gave me this pick. I'll let him go through this one. I basically just tailed Zach on this one.
You were talking about Manoah there and how good Manoah's been for basically the whole season now. And anytime he's on the mound, combine that with some good Blue Jays bats, I tend to lean to the first half of those games because the Jays bullpen can kind of be unpredictable. And so I took the Jays first five -119 here today in this game. I think Manoah on the mound he's just going to be absolutely dealing. And then hopefully the Jays bats can come alive in the first and just open it up right away. Bullpen, I mean, it's a little bit sketchy what happens once we go to them. But as far as that goes, I like the Jays to be leading after the first 5 here.
All right. Dave, are we all on the Blue Jays here today? Or are you on the Twins, or what are you doing?
No, I'm on the Jays. I've been on the Jays since the second half. I said on the show I had 2 teams that were second half teams. One is the Mariners with J-Rod's not playing. He's kind of the spark plug, so they haven't been playing that way. But the Jays, I think the Jays are built to give the Yankees pressure for years to come. As long as everyone's doing what they're supposed to, the bats are hitting the way they're supposed to. They need a reliever or 2. Their pitching staff, if they, is pretty solid. So I like the Jays. This game comes down to better pitcher. People talk about Sonny Gray still in the good category. I think he's mediocre at best. And obviously Toronto's bats are hot and the Twins are not. So this is a first 5 for me too. I don't want to get into the tail end of the game and put more variables in it. And I like the run line. I want some plus money. So I'm going to bet the Jays run line first 5.
All right. Awesome. And then
All on the
moving
same
on.
page. Love it.
Yeah, we all like the Jays. So definitely go Jays. BetStamp. Use code WILD when signing up. Find the best odds for whatever you are betting. I'm bringing up the CFL odds here for what the game we'll go over here in a couple seconds after last pitch. But you can find -5, -5.5, -6.5. So definitely find the best odds for whatever you're betting. You can find me there at Let's Go Wild Picks. And then you can find Jacob and Zach there as well. So make sure to sign up and use code WILD. Going on to last pitch. Basically, I gave out all my plays today. When it comes to baseball, I kind of just focused on those 3 games. I did have the Cubs and Cardinals first 5 under 4 for game 2. But I bet that last night before the rain out. So obviously the pitching change kind of changed that. I'm glad it was voided because we now have Newcomb on the mound for the Cubs, and I don't trust him in that. Any other leans for me? That Red Sox Royals game, I kind of want to go over in that. I haven't got to it yet. We'll look at it after, depending on how the night is going, but may look at the over in Red Sox Royals. Otherwise, that's it for me. Jacob, any other picks in baseball you want to give out?
Yeah. So I have the over in the White Sox Rangers game. That's a little later today. It's at 8 o'clock today. I got this one early in the morning. I like to put my bets in like really early in the morning. Like usually I'm up around 6 a.m. and I throw down some bets at that point. I really like to try to get some positive CLV, try to maximize my value. And I did a great job on this one. I got the over at 8.5 -109 odds at Bet Rivers this morning. The best price available now is over 9 +100. So still a little bit juiced at +100 for the over, but I like the fact that it's kind of swinging in my favor again there. This is one where I really like, I can't even tell you who's pitching today. I just kind of looked through the lines and saw some good value there, and it paid off a little bit in the end, I guess.
All right. Dave, last pitch. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm one of the games already, the Padres game's already started, right?
Yeah, it started about 18 minutes ago.
Yeah, so I'm on the over in that game. I was on the Padres team total over. I'm going to be on a lot of their overs now. Obviously, their lineup got a lot better. Not that it was bad before, but I had 7.5. I like the over. It was just a better price. I mean, the Padres could get it all themselves. The Rockies are actually hitting way under expected value, I think. So I like that. Even with Musgrove on the mound, that was a bet. I also looked at my bets I posted. I did post the Jays first 5 money line. I got it at -112. I do all my posted bets the night before, getting the good line. But I'm also going to go back and rebet the run line. I like that bet. And then my favorite bet is the A's at the Angels. I don't know how you can – and the Angels are my team, by the way, guys. That's kind of a big joke on the show because they are a joke. But the only way that you can support them is when Shohei's on the mound. There are a lot of Oakland angles. Despite what happened in the first half, Oakland's bats are in the top third in most stat categories since the All-Star break. Their bullpen's doing, well for them. They're in the middle of the pack instead of, the bottom of the pack. But I like the first 5 mostly because Blackburn is the most profitable pitcher first 5 innings on the money line. If you bet him, if you bet the A's when Blackburn was pitching every game this year on the money line first 5, you'd be up almost 11 units. So I've been hitting that bet pretty hard. Wow. So I have the A's first 5.
And that includes like the 3 games he was like really bad recently too, right?
Yep. You want to know why? It's because they're always plus money.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
And at the beginning of the season, when the books have the numbers way wrong, they were probably big plus money.
for sure. Zach, last pitch. Anything else in baseball you want to give out?
The only other things that I was looking at was the Tigers plus 160 there. I haven't bet that yet, but it's something I was looking at. They're playing against the Rays. I'm not necessarily entirely confident in it, but I don't know. It's just a lot of variance in baseball. Never really know. There's some ups and downs, and I was kind of looking at the Tigers as a team that might surprise us today and go out there and get a win. But other than that, the only other ones that I was kind of interested in today was the Angels run line. I believe it was like plus 175 the last I saw. That game's obviously underway right now, but I think that they're playing Oakland, so Shohei Ohtani could be just an absolute menace and just factor in for a few runs to give them a little bit of distance over the Athletics.
Yeah, I'm related. I actually didn't know Zach bet this. I also have the Angels run line. I put a half unit on that this morning. So feeling the same way.
All right. Dave's like shaking his head. What are you guys doing as an Angels fan?
It's all good. I want them to do well. I just can't. I haven't bet. I've only bet Shohei Ohtani K props this year. That's the only,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Come through last night.
I don't mind with that as long as the A's are up 1-0 at the fifth. After the fifth inning.
There we go. We'll move on to the CFL before we briefly talk about the NFL and then get to best bets. Winnipeg Blue Bombers are facing the Alouettes. As I said, you can find Winnipeg anywhere from -5 to -6.5 on the money line, anywhere from -210 to -250. Montreal plus 175 to plus 205. 47.5 at all books, except I do see a couple 48s there at the bottom. For me here, I've said it a couple times the last few weeks. I don't think Winnipeg loses a game all season long. And they one of their big spots to lose would have been the second game against Calgary. In their last game, Calgary came off the bye, was rested, revenge game, but they were not able to get the job done. Winnipeg has actually won 6 of their last 8 games against Montreal. They scored 30 plus in 7 of those 8 games, 8-0 on the year, and they have covered the 5.5 spread in 4 games in a row. And they played Calgary twice, BC once, and Edmonton once. So they're covering the spread against top teams in the CFL. Montreal won 2 of their 7 games this year, but they only lost by 6 or more in 2 of the 6 games, of the 7 games. Sorry. So they have played close games when they've lost. However, they've yet to play Winnipeg or BC, the top 2 teams in the CFL, and they've only faced Calgary once in week 1. So the Alouettes have faced bad opponents. I like Winnipeg -5.5, which I got last night at -110. And I also have Winnipeg money line in a parlay with the NFL game, 2-teamer, which we'll get to here. But like I said, I don't think Winnipeg loses a game all year long. Jacob, Blue Bombers, Alouettes, what do you think here?
Listen, I'm not a CFL fan. I can't name you one player who plays in the CFL to be frank. So take what I say with a grain of salt. But just shopping with BetStamp, like we were looking at earlier, we had some -5, some -5.5, some -6.5. So just based off that alone, best price on the market was for Alouettes to cover the spread. I think it was -115 to cover a +6.5. Just based on that, I'll take the home team here. See if they cover that spread. Blue Bombers can still win, but we got a little bit of a buffer there. Obviously, you kind of wanted above that 7-point threshold, but I still feel pretty comfortable taking that one. If I'm not going to personally bet this because I don't know CFL. If I was going to make a play, this would be my play.
All right. As Richie says, Ohtani has hit a home run. So he's already got on board.
Let's go.
There we go.
And there's someone on second base too.
Yeah, with 1 out.
It's early. Let's see if the Angels can hang on here.
Zach, what do you think? Anything in this? Blue Bombers, Alouettes?
I hadn't really looked too much. I don't know too much about the CFL, but based on where the numbers were at, the last I saw was Blue Bombers minus 210 to win this game on the money line. That price was significantly different than what I was seeing at some of the other books there. I was seeing like 233, minus 240 on some of the other ones. So minus 210, I think that was pretty good value compared to the market. So if you were going to bet this, which I will not be doing, but if you were going to, I think that Blue Bombers minus 210 might be a good place to be at.
All right. And then we will quickly talk about the NFL game. We finally have NFL back. Week 1 of the preseason. We have the Jaguars in Vegas facing the Raiders. You can find Jacksonville plus 112 or plus 105 to plus 120. Vegas is minus 137 to minus 145. The spread 2.5 everywhere. And the total 30.5, some 30s. I do have Vegas money line with Winnipeg money line, which is plus 153. There is no research in this pick. I'm not encouraging people to run and tail me on this pick. I am throwing a dart in this one. I just wanted to have some action. But I think Vegas is the better team. I have no idea who's going to actually be playing. It is preseason week 1. So literally this is the first bit of football we're getting. So we'll see what happens. But I think Vegas can get the win here at the end. Jacob, you said earlier, no NFL, right?
Yeah. I don't want to slip into. Sorry, not to make fun of you. I don't want to slip into the degeneracy of betting on preseason games and anything. You won't catch me betting on preseason. The books, it's so difficult to predict like who's even to be out there. A team could have like a great first quarter, take out all their starters. Like there's just so many variables you have no control over. So I stay away from preseason bets. I can wait a little bit longer.
Hey, no worries. It's a for fun little tiny parlay. It's just for fun.
Yeah. If I am betting, I'd go same. I'd just go Raiders. But again, like you said, nothing behind that.
Exactly. Dave, Jaguars, Raiders, any thoughts here?
I'll have tons of capping action and advice and info on my socials and here when the season starts. But I could give 2 squirts of duck shit about the first game of preseason. I could give a crap about all the games. The last game you might have half the starters playing. And obviously during the season, the Raiders are going to contend and the Jaguars are the Jaguars. But this game, who knows? So, I'll be watching the reruns of The Office or something.
All right, perfect. Zach, Jaguars, Raiders, what do you think here?
I did dip into this one. I've got Raiders minus 2.5 at minus 110. It was already confirmed that Trevor Lawrence will not be playing. Travis Etienne will not be playing. And the Jaguars backup quarterback isn't even able to go. He's got a hip injury, so he's sidelined. So they're going with their 3rd string quarterback tonight. So automatically they're going, one of the worst teams in the NFL is going to be starting their 3rd string quarterback in this game. And then the Raiders, they will definitely not be playing Derek Carr for the entire game, but they said that he will probably, the last I saw, they said he'll probably at least get to see some reps in here. And Devontae Adams might be wearing the black and the silver tonight for his first times, at least for a couple downs as well. So you're looking at a situation where one of the worst teams in football last season is going to be going out there already missing their first and their second quarterback and their star running back. And then you're going to flip over to a team that was actually pretty good. And they probably at least have their starting QB and number 1 wide receiver at least getting downs. And then I think they're just a better team overall. So I took them at minus 2.5 to beat the Jaguars tonight.
Hey, perfect. Some actual info there instead of my dart throw. I like it. Makes me feel a little bit better about that play. So that's awesome. Another
thing to note too about NFL preseason is a lot of the play calling and all the situations are done for teams to test certain things out. It's not necessarily to win the game. That's what worries me. That's the whole point. This is a 4-week tryout. So that's all real good information. And I kind of just for a second there thought maybe I should throw a bet on it if 3rd string Jaguars, but they're going to be the situations they have in their head are in preparation for not necessarily winning, but for the regular season and testing guys out and trying them out. So you almost got me there, but I'm not going to do it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I hope the Raiders players, well, obviously Jacksonville will too, but I hope they come out and, hey, they want to make the team. So I hope they come out here and show it in week 1. We will go on to the best bet segment, and we will start with over-under, as we usually do. Again, totally optional. For me, I'm going with the Braves and the Mets, first 5 under 4.5. Nick is going with Toronto, Minnesota, over 8. Tim is going to the WNBA, taking Connecticut, Phoenix, under 165.5. And Ryan is going Tampa Bay, Detroit, under 8. Dave, do you have a total for today?
It started already, and this is my worst category, not my favorite. But I think I'll run with the over on the Guardians game.
All right, Houston and Cleveland over. Okay, I'll find out exactly what that is after. I think it's 7.5 or 8.5, but I'll check after. Jacob, any total for today?
Yeah, I guess I gave it earlier. I also have the Nationals Phillies under 9. But if we're gonna track this one, I will give my over 8 on the Atlanta Mets that I gave earlier.
All right, we're kind of going head to head there. Interesting. Over 8.
Yeah, let's
full
run
game.
it. Let's run it.
All right.
Yeah, full game.
Zach, what do you think here?
I'm gonna go to the White Sox and the Rangers game, and I can take the over 9.
Right. 9. Perfect. And then going on to dog of the day here. For me, Atlanta Braves, plus 112. I can still get them for plus 105, plus 110, I believe, or plus 108. So I like them. No dog for Nick. Tim is going with the Dallas Wings in the WNBA. Dave, any dog today?
Not today.
Uh,
All right, no worries. Jacob, any dog?
All right, you have to trust me that I did write this down earlier today. I did write down that my dog was the Giants. They are currently beating the Dodgers only in the 3rd inning, but I did have the Giants. You're gonna have to trust me on this one. They can still lose.
All right. Try to. We don't really get things that have already started. Just because for people rewatching, they can't really. Made Nick switch his best bet,
okay, cycle back to me. I'll pick it.
Yeah, no worries. You can totally pass if you like as well. Zach, is there a dog that you like today?
Yeah, give me the Tigers to beat the Rays there. I'll take that one.
All right. We'll come back to it after Jacob, and we'll go to best bets, best parlay pieces. For me, best thing to add to a parlay today would be Winnipeg Blue Bombers money line, but my best bet is involved in that. So I'm going Houston Astros money line. Nick is taking the Blue Jays money line. Tim is going New York Mets plus 1.5. And Ryan is going with the Phillies on the money line. Dave, what do you think here for parlay piece?
I'll take the Blue Jays.
All right. Jacob, parlay piece?
I also like the Astros money line. I'm gonna go with Verlander for this one.
All right. And did you find a dog or no?
No, I think I'm gonna stay out of this one if I can't get the Giants.
Yeah, no worries. Zach, parlay piece?
I'll go Astros money line as well.
Love Houston.
Yeah.
And then for best bets, for me today, best bet is Winnipeg Blue Bombers, -5, one for 1 unit. Nick is going with the New York Mets money line for 1 unit. Tim going Toronto Blue Jays -1.5, plus 145 for 1 unit. Ryan, 1 unit for the White Sox money line. Dave, what do you think here for best bet?
Blue Jays first 5 run line plus 105.
Plus 105?
Yep, that's at where is that at? At MGM, which I don't think you guys can bet, right?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Oh, you can? Okay.
We got MGM.
Cool.
Yeah, here in Ontario, you can bet on anything now.
Great. Well, there you go.
Jacob, best bet?
Best bet, got this one. Great value last night. Red Sox money line.
Boston money line.
Is it time to start betting on the Red Sox yet?
Today, baby.
I want to be able to back them. It's just, man, oh man.
I hate the Red Sox, so I like them just to shit and lose a shit ton more games. But that's just my opinion as a fan. But 1 unit, you can go 1 or 2 units depending on what you like. All right.
I had 1 unit. If it matters, I had it at minus 125 last night.
Is Boobhead pitching? That's
If you want to leave it live, that's fine.
Yeah, we always do what the current live odds are.
Okay, that's fine. That's
for
fine.
people watching.
Jacob,
Zach?
is Bubik pitching for the Royals?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a good bet then.
That's why I'm looking at the over there. I'll see if I get to it after the show. But...
Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
All right. Zach, what do you think here? Best bet?
Can I give a player prop on this one?
You can. As long as it's
Syndergaard over 4.5 strikeouts.
Okay, I don't want to butcher his name. I think I got
Phillies
it there.
now.
5.5 strikeouts.
4.5, and he's on the Phillies now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See,
And then you can go 1 unit on that. And I got him at plus 110 earlier. He's at minus 102 right now.
Right, perfect. And that is it. That is the show. I was liking the Twins money line, but you guys got me nervous. Keith, hey, Minnesota, they have something to play for too. So any team can win on any given night. So follow your gut. Dog of the day is Jaguars plus 2.5. Interesting. Best of luck. But that is the show. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, smash the like button. We appreciate all the support. And we'll see you again tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. Another episode, Getting Wild with Terran Friends. Have a good one, guys.